sunset, and require active voting to keep it up there. I actually also say, like, and these are just, I don't know, recommendations or thoughts, and ultimately it will be up to the people on Mars to decide. But I think it should be easier to remove a law than to add one, because of just to overcome the inertia of laws. So maybe it's like, for argument's sake, you need, like, say 60% vote to have a law take effect, but only a 40% vote to remove it.
So let me be the guy. You posted.
Now, then I will regret spending it, so I will just, hodl it. But if there's some dilution of the currency occurring over time, that's more of an incentive to use it as a currency. So Dogecoin, just somewhat randomly, has just a fixed number of sort of coins or hash strings that are generated every year. So there's some inflation, but it's not a percentage base. It's so that it's a fixed number. So the percentage of inflation will necessarily decline over time. So I'm not saying that it's like the ideal system for a currency, but I think it actually is just fundamentally better than anything else I've seen, just by accident. So
I like how you said around 2008. So you're not, some people suggested you might be Satoshi Nakamoto. You previously said you're not. Let me ask. You're not for sure. Would you tell us if you were?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's a feature or bug that he's anonymous, or she, or they? It's an interesting kind of quirk of human history that there is a particular technology that is a completely anonymous inventor or creator.
Well, I mean, you can look at the evolution of ideas before the launch of Bitcoin and see who wrote, about those ideas. And then, I don't know exactly. Obviously, I don't know who created Bitcoin for practical purposes, but the evolution of ideas is pretty clear before that. And, like, it seems as though, like, Nick Szabo is probably more than anyone else responsible for the evolution of those ideas. So he claims not to be Nakamoto, but I'm not sure that's neither here nor there. But he seems to be the one more responsible for the ideas behind Bitcoin than anyone else.
So it's not perhaps like singular figures aren't even as important as the figures involved in the evolution of ideas that led to a thing. So
yeah,
it's, most perhaps it's sad to think about history, but maybe most names would be forgotten anyway.
What is a name anyway? It's a name attached to an idea. What does it even mean, really?
I think Shakespeare had a thing about roses and stuff, whatever he said.
Rose by the
I got you on to quote Shakespeare. I feel like I accomplished something today.
Shall like a belly to a summer's day?
Oh, clip that out.
Not more temperate, animal fair.
That's what Tesla Autopilot has been through an incredible journey over the past 6 years, or perhaps even longer in your mind, in the minds of many involved.
I think that's where we first connected, really, with the autopilot stuff, autonomy, and
the whole journey was incredible to me to watch. I was because I knew, well, part of it was I was at MIT, and I knew the difficulty of computer vision, and I knew I had a lot of colleagues and friends about the DARPA challenge and how difficult it is. And so there was a natural skepticism when I first drove a Tesla with the initial system based on Mobileye. I thought there's no way. So at first when I got in, I thought there's no way this car could maintain, stay in the lane and create a comfortable experience. So my intuition initially was that the lane keeping problem is way too difficult to solve.
Oh, lane keeping, yeah, that's relatively easy.
No,
Yeah.
but not this, but solved in the way that we talked about previous is prototype versus a thing that actually creates a pleasant experience over hundreds of thousands of miles,
Sure.
millions. Yeah. So
I mean, we had to wrap a lot of code around the Mobileye thing.
Yes.
It didn't just work by itself.
I mean,
wait,
there's
where's the
that's part of the
freaking
story of how you
Yeah.
approach things. Sometimes you do things from scratch. Sometimes at first you kind of see what's out there, and then you decide to do from scratch. That was one of the boldest decisions I've seen, is both on the hardware and the software, to decide to eventually go from scratch. I thought, again, I was skeptical of whether that's going to be able to
Sure.
work out, because it's such a difficult problem. And so it was an incredible journey. What I see now with everything, the hardware, the compute, the sensors, the things I maybe care and love about most is the stuff that Andre Karpathy is leading with the data set selection, the whole data engine process, the neural network architectures, the way that's in the real world that network is tested, validated, all the different test sets, versus the ImageNet model of computer vision, like what's in academia, is like real world artificial intelligence. So,
And Andre's awesome, and I was plays an important role, but we have a lot of really talented people driving things. So, Ashok is actually the head of autopilot engineering. Andre is sort of director of AI.
AI stuff. Yeah. So I'm aware that there's an incredible team of just a lot going on.
Yeah, just obviously people will give me too much credit, and they'll give Andre too much credit. So,
and people should realize how much is going on under the
it's just a lot of really talented people. The Tesla Autopilot AI team is extremely talented. It's like some of the smartest people in the world. So yeah, we're getting it done.
What are some insights you've gained over those 5-6 years of autopilot about the problem of autonomous driving? So you leaped in having some sort of first principles kinds of intuitions, but nobody knows how difficult the problem.
I thought the self-driving problem would be hard, but it was harder than I thought. It's not like I thought it would be easy. I thought it would be very hard, but it was actually way harder than even that.